So let's talk singles strategy and specifically what you should do when you lob successfully over your opponent's head. Now, first, this video is courtesy of J Tennis on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to their awesome channel. I put their link in the description below. You got to love it when someone successfully pulls off a tweener. That was Axel Geller, really good player. Right here, we get a short ball, and Axel goes to the net. We got, by the way, UCLA versus Stanford. And right here, we get the opportunity for a ball that goes over Axel's head in the red shirt. When you are a baseliner and you lob over your opponent's head, and they have to run back and get it, it's important that you do not stay at the baseline. I want you to watch the lobber. He hits it over Axel's head, and watch how he comes forward. When Axel's going between the legs, and yes, that is the way you want to hit a between the leg shot, you get close to it, and with the racket up by your head, as the ball drops, you lift one leg, boom, you simple pronation. It's just like how you hit a serve, except it's between the legs, not above your head. And I want you to look where the opponent is. When you lob over your opponent's head and they run down or run back and go get it, you have to go up to the service line. And specifically, you want to put your toes on the service line. You split step toes on the service line. You can see that's exactly where he is. That means he can move forward if it's a ground stroke. He can move back. If it's a lob up over his head, he can move back. What many players do is they either stay back at the baseline or they get super tight to the net, which doesn't allow them to get every shot. If you put yourself in a neutral position, toes on the service line, you can get whatever your opponent dishes out. Now, here's a really interesting moment in this point. At this moment right here, you've got the volleyer stretched out on the backhand volley. And it's not going to be super easy to win this point, especially when we look at Axel Geller here, how he's running forward. When you get your opponent stretched out on a volley, it's important that you go forward because they generally hit a weaker ball. So when you are a volleyer and you are stretched out, and it's not going to be easy to win the point, it's important to volley straight ahead. The reason is when you volley straight ahead, you don't have to go anywhere. Like you're already on the side where you need to be in order to bisect the cross court and down the line pass. You're already bisecting those two shots. If the volleyer right now hits cross court, his momentum's pulling him this way, pulling him away from where his ball would be going, and then Axel can go up there and just pass him down the line. So this is called HTL, hold the line. When you're volleying and you're in a difficult situation, volley straight ahead, keeping the ball in front of you, moving the opponent over to you and where you are. Then you can settle in and you can actually bisect down the line and cross court. Now watch Axel. Because on this volley, Axel runs in and then he runs over. Watch this. Axel's running in and goes, whoops, the ball's over there. I think he was expecting a cross-court volley running up there and actually passing down the line. So he's running forward, but the net player keeps the ball in front of him, and there's Axel going to get that ball. Now, right here, this is the perfect situation for a banana forehand, where you finish up above your head like Nadal, and you curve the ball like this. Now, this is something that I'm able to do, and I have no chance of beating Axel Geller. So Axel can absolutely hit this shot. You'll notice, by the way, where the volleyer is. The volleyer is in perfect position because he volleyed straight ahead. And I want you to watch the way Axel hits this shot. See how he smothers this ball? He just like rolls over this ball, strings her down, and he ends up burying this ball into the bottom of the net. This ball should have been a ball that he finishes up above his head, whether he does that with the cross court or he curves it down the line. Doesn't matter which way he's going here. He's going to have to finish up above his head in order to accomplish that. The lob is really not an option because he's too far inside the court to get it over this tall player's head and get it to drop down inside the court. So it's really not an option. And so by finishing low like this, Axel really doesn't give himself a chance to make that shot. All right, let's watch this point one more time. Now, before I draw this up on the big board, you got to get a copy of the Singles Playbook by Fuzzy Yellow Balls. Over 50 pages of strategy after strategy to help you play your best tennis. Each strategy comes with a QR code. Hold your phone or tablet up over the code and up pops a 5-minute video of Will Hamilton showing you exactly how to use that strategy. You can get the Singles Playbook by using my link. It's in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the first comment. Now, if you're looking for new people in your local area to play matches against or practice with, or if you want to find a coach who's close to you who can help you with your game, then use my link for PlayYourCourt, and it's playyourcourt.com/2minute tennis. When you use my link to sign up, you get 50% off. Look, when you're playing singles or doubles, and your opponent's at the net, and you lob over their head successfully, and they're running down to get that ball, or going back, I should say, to get that ball, it would be incorrect for you to stay behind the baseline. It would also be incorrect for you to go all the way tight to the net. No matter which of those two you choose, you're exposed if you're in the back and your opponent hits a weak ball and you're not up there to attack it. And if you get super tight and they run it back and they lob over you, then you've got too much court behind you, and it's what Vic Braden called rushing the net just to lose at a faster rate. So what you want to do is what that college player did. Put your toes on the service line. If they run back and they lob, you're back to hit an overhead. But if they hit a ground stroke, you're up at the same time to then angle off the volley or win the point with some subsequent shots. The next time you're playing and you lob over your opponent's head, put your toes on the service line. If you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.